So, I've been busy in between episodes. First, I went mining for diamonds. Well, I didn't know about that at the time. And besides, I'm the type of rebel that don't know that I'm rebelling. I probably spent a good 3 hours to get 1 stack of diamond ore. Anyway, I also wanted some sponge, so... Elder Guardians, sit down. Yep. I found 2 sponge rooms and got over a stack of sponges, and with that, it was time to head home to... And... Now the reason I collected all of this stuff was, of course, my boxes. My Digapie boxes. Jackpot boxes, or as I call them, Gigapot boxes. And I made not just 1, not just 2, but 3 Gigapot boxes. They're pretty great. I happen to know that quite a few hermits value a stack of sponges pretty highly. However, there had to be others too. I wanted a total of 10 boxes. Wait. What? It's a Gigapie in a box. Anyway, things may have got a bit out of hands as I finished the remaining boxes. Make it off center. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. I know exactly what's going to be in my Giga Troll box. I need this. Because Ren himself is the troll. Yeah, I'll put 2 Gigapies in here. This one doesn't have one, so this one also needs one. Oh, that one is lovely. DIY. DIY. Here we go. King OU. I haven't told Ren about the King OU. It's gonna be very funny if someone gets it. And Ren is gonna be rather confused. Anyway, it was a good time filling up the boxes. And after reading the comments of the last episode, I immediately logged back on and added a sign that royal emeralds were not allowed as payment. And also, I raised the price from 2 diamonds to 5 diamonds before opening the shop. And it's now been 7 days since Digapie opened. I can't wait to see how I've done. Oh, it doesn't even look... Wait, no, there are some holes. Yep, okay, there are some holes. Let's have a look in the payment chest. What? Come on. Oh! Oh! Axes sold out. Pickaxes sold out. Shears almost sold out. Shovels. Wow. Why is there no love for shovels and hoes? Oh, this is... Wait, how many diamonds have I made here? Why are there emeralds in here? Why is... There's only diamonds accepted as payment. Clearly there is a hermit who can't read then. Oh, that's over a stack. 1.5. That's nearly 2 stacks. And... Oh... Wow! That is nothing short of great success. I guess I could just hand these as the profits to I mean, it's almost a stack of diamonds, right, Ren? That's how it works. Oh, this is awesome. I wonder if anyone has got the the jackpot boxes. Oh, look at this. It's a maze in here. Oh, this is awesome. I'm weirded out that no one has dug from the side, though. It's also very interesting that everyone seems to have, for the most part, just dug at the bottom. I don't think I put a single box at the very bottom level. Oh no, I think I'm a bit lost inside the pie. I'll just get through here. If these truly are exchangeable for diamonds, I actually made over 3 stacks of diamonds, which I think the value of a stack of sponge is possibly more than a stack of diamonds. But I don't know if I still have a jackpot box. Luckily, I took a screenshot of where I dug the things down, so I'm gonna do some investigation. Oh, here's one box still remaining. The gigaflop box is still here. Oh, here's another one. And that's a gigapot. There's still a gigapot inside. Wait. Oh, no. This one looks like it's been mined. Yep. And the sand has fallen down. Here's another one that someone has definitely found. Oh, here's another box that no one's found. It's very close that someone's found it, though. And that's the Omega Pie. That's the King OU. Ooh. I think there was also one right here that someone has dug out. Oh, and here's another one. Another gigapot is still in the pie. Wow. All the diamonds are still in the pie. By the way, I am, of course, intentionally not showing you where these are. Because let's be honest here, you'd go over to your favorite Hermit's channel and tell them exactly where to dig. I think someone may have got the gigapie with sponges. I can't find it. So please, if you have seen someone dig it up, let me know down below in the comments. Anyway, either way, there are still at least 2 gigapots left in the pie. Oh, and also I couldn't find the singular pie. I hope that someone dug that out. I'd love to know if someone did. But since there's still 2 gigapots in the pie, I mean, I'm gonna restock tools. Oh, and yes, this is another thing I have been sitting here doing in between episodes. Damaging up more golden tools. And then, of course, with this, I am going to write a little nice message on Discord. Something along the lines of Gigapie has been restocked with more tools and there are still at least 2 stacks of diamonds to be dug out inside the pie. Great success. I guess I'll have to meet up with the king at some point and share his part of the profit. Because yes, I'm totally going to try and give him just the 55 Royal Emeralds. And technically, that's giving him 100% of the Royal Emerald profit. You know what? Having great success inside the pie makes me very inspired for something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Something that I believe I wrote on a sign in my old house. That house. Create a successful business. It's funny because ful means ugly in Swedish. Create a success ugly business. No, I don't want to make it ugly. But feeling those diamonds in my hands once again makes me want to do it. A successful business, that is. I mean, the last time I ran a successful business was back in season 6. Well, I mean, successful is questionable, but it was a lot of fun. And actually, I've actually made more profits in my Super Wings Island than I ever did in Sahara in season 6. But, truth to be told, Sahara was one of the most fun projects I've ever done on the Hermitcraft server. And it was fun because the vision was to create something extraordinary using Redstone. And I think I want to do that again. I want to create a Redstone-powered mega shop. And what am I going to sell? Well, that's not important right now. I do actually have my Bart that can produce things like gravel and other things that are valuable, quartz and other things that are valuable. But I'll figure that part out. I want to focus on the user experience. A shop where you go in and you have a large selection of purchases and then you click a button and the items gets delivered to you. Kind of like a menu at a restaurant. I mean, you don't click a button necessarily, but you order something and it gets delivered to you. Yes, I think it's time I do some sketching. Hello there. Welcome to my sketching world. It's completely empty right now at the moment. I thought it'd be fun to do this sketching and creating together. Whenever doing something like this, I try and not restrict myself to what could work and what could not work. Instead, I just take a vision and then come up with how it should feel first. So that's what we're gonna do. Create the feel. I'm thinking something like this. You come in, there's a big wall, and then there's an item frame with a button underneath and the item being sold in the middle. It should probably also have a lamp indicating if it's in stock or not, and some way of telling the customer the price. 2 stacks for 1 diamond. When me and Mumbo built the Sahara redstone, a lot of our worries were to like edge cases. As in, what happens if Grian puts a potato in the system? And as a few of you will know, we never solved all of the edge cases. But I think for this shop, I'm not going to focus too much on edge cases because it limits things a lot. For example, if I have this system and this button generates gravel for the customer, how do I handle refunds? Well, let's just keep it easy. No refunds. Ideally, I would want these different purchase selection things to be stacked right next to each other, but this is a little bit tricky to do with redstone, but we should try it out. And for now, the sales things here are just very hypothetical, but there is one thing that's important with them, and that is the quantity. For example, the sponge would be something like 4 sponges, or maybe a bit more generous, 10 sponges for 1 diamond. The main thing to think about is that they will be different from each other. And this was another issue we had designing Sahara. Basically, we wanted everything super streamlined and we wanted everything to cost exactly 1 diamond. But if the payment has nothing to do with the actual functioning redstone, I don't need to think about that. I could simply just have a payment chest separated from the system and then use the Hermit Trust system, which works very well. So there's my vision. You come in, you select what you want, you click a button, and the items gets delivered to the player. Now, the whole idea with this is convenience. A Hermit should just have to put some diamonds in a chest and push a button for whatever they want to purchase, and it will be delivered right here. Right where the player is standing. And from previous experience, it should be delivered pretty fast to where the player is standing. And for those of you who were around in Season 6 when we built Sahara, you will remember that we did this using shulker boxes. Lots and lots of shulker boxes that we preloaded in the warehouse. That, however, had its own problems. It was a massive system and item transportation was very slow. So, we're gonna try and do this differently using math. And droppers. Hello there, sir. Let's take this as an example. 2 stacks for 1 diamond, as in 2 stacks every time the player clicks the button. Now 2 stacks is a total of 128 items, which means that I would have to pulse 1 dropper 128 times, 2 droppers 64 times, 8 droppers 16 times, and 16 droppers 8 times. I think. I'm not very good at maths. 16 times 8 is 128, yes. And 16 droppers as storage for gravel may be feasible. Let's try and design that and see how that feels. This would be the module, and I would start it by powering this piston. And gravel would be dropping out there in very rapid speeds. That is a lot of gravel, very, very quickly. This is off to a good start. Now I need to make sure that I send exactly 8 pulses to each dropper. And so for this to work, the length of this lever movement needs to be exactly 8 pulses. This pulse extender yields 4.5 stacks of gravel, which is not good enough. The pulse is too long. Let's try an Etho hopper clock with 4 items. This is one of those lever ones. Okay, that sounded pretty good. We got a total of, oh, that was too short. Okay, 1.5 stack. Let's add 1 more in there and see how much that yields. Aha! 2 stacks exactly. So an ether hopper clock with a normal piston there so that it resets with every input, and 5 items will yield exactly 8 pulses which will yield exactly two stacks. Great success! And this is extremely configurable, because there are two things that affects the amount of items in the end. The amount of droppers, hello there boys, and the items in the etho hopper clock. And I don't think anyone's gonna complain at the speed. That is very fast deliverance of 2 stacks of items. I love it! There's, however, one thing that this module doesn't have that I think is very important in order to run a successful business. Automatic restocking. Because right now at the moment, the way I would restock this is to go into each dropper and fill it manually with gravel. And that would be pain. So let's try and figure something out. Hoppers on top, rails over, cross, and a backfill system that is hooked up to an item sorter. Yes! And then to power the restock, we should use the input. Basically, whenever a customer makes a purchase, the system restocks itself automatically. What we need is another etho hopper clock. And since every time this minecart travels, it fills the droppers with 2 blocks each, it needs to make 4 cycles. Let's try a stack of blocks per iteration. That's 1 cycle, 2 cycles, 3 cycles, and that's 4 cycles. Oh, that was so close. Okay, so I reckon I had a stack in there. I think something like 59 would be perfect. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Brilliant. Now let's see if it works together with this. So if I press this button, it should... Oh, did I mess up the redstone here? I must have. Ah, there we go. I forgot to put this repeater on 4. There we go. So every time someone purchases 2 stacks of gravel, this minecart is going to restock exactly 2 stacks of gravel. Brilliant. And this is looking pretty mega. So this is auto restocking and fast purchasing. The last thing I need to do is a stock keeper indicator so that my light can turn on if I have gravel in stock. And because everything is distributed evenly, every one of these droppers should have the exact amount of items in it, which means that all I need to do is compare one of these like this, and technically that there is my stock keeping indicator, because if this dropper is empty, they're all empty. And I'm out of stock. That could, however, mean that at any given point, depending on how much gravel I put in the system, I could at some point have, let's say, 1.5 stack of gravel left spread across the droppers. So to prevent any confusions, I can just give myself a little bit of leeway of 2 redstone dust strength and say that I'm out of stock just before I'm out of stock. So there it is. This will work. The only problem is that this is just one item. I would need one of these modules per item I sell. They are 5 wide, including the clocks, and they can't be stacked right next to each other either unless I do different heights on them, which would be quite annoying when I design when I make the auto restock, because this would be the auto restock system up here. This shop is gonna have to be rather large, but honestly, that's not a big deal. I think this has great potential. Well, hello there! I'm back on the Hermitcraft server, and I made a realization. Seeing how large this shop is gonna have to be, I'm definitely gonna have to assemble a team. But before doing that, I thought it would be a good idea to assess what items I could sell myself. It's time for one of my favorite things, making a list. First things first though, hello there Bart. I need to refresh myself what items I can sell using Bart. Granted, this is not by any means finalized, and yeah, it's a bit of a mess right now at the moment. But Bart is going to make me diamonds. I can sell obsidian, gravel, blackstone, soul sand, leather, quartz, string, and I guess even something like soul speed books. Solely from Bart. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. And knowing that every module is at least 5 blocks, even if they would be stackable, which they are currently not, then that would mean that the shop space, the warehouse space for these 8 items would be 40 blocks wide. Bart, you are brilliant. Seriously, pickling bartering farms gotta be one of the most overpowered things in Minecraft. Business Empire. Soul speed, string, quartz, leather, soul sand, blackstone, gravel, and obsidian. And you know what? I might just as well sell crying obsidian. 9 items just from Bart. I of course also have my amethyst farm, and amethyst shards are cool. Amethyst, and with the help of villagers, I could easily sell tinted glass as well. That's 11 items. Obviously, I will also have to sell golden carrots at some point once again. 12 items. The footprint of that is at least 72 blocks of redstone. Not accounting for exterior and coziness and purchase area and all of it. Basically, 72 blocks of warehouse redstone. Let's just get a little bit of an idea of how big that is. Yep, that's a pretty big footprint. Oh no, I really thought that I could insta-mine these with my diamond hoe. I guess it only has efficiency 4. I think we can all agree that I'm gonna need, as I said earlier, to assemble a team. Someone that can design and build the shop itself, and someone to run the day-to-day operations and potentially provide even more stock to the shop so that I can focus on building the warehouse and the redstone bits. But that's gonna be for the next episode because something very sad happened during the making of this episode. You see, I planned to have this episode out 2 days ago on Sunday, but my computer said no. Literally, it died. And when I started it said no with a very large beep. Turns out while I was building the redstone, ironically enough, the computer actually overheated. And after a bunch of troubleshooting over the phone with a friend, it was clear that the water cooler pump had died. So I spent yesterday traveling to the city and purchasing a new pump. Now, I'm not a very technical person, but I did manage eventually to install it, and luckily, it worked. And you know what else is funny? My old pump probably haven't been working for the past 2-3 months, because with this, all of a sudden my computer is omega fast once again. Apparently, processors can clock themselves down, basically make themselves slower in order to not get hotter. And I think my computer has done that for quite a while. So even though it was annoying, at the end of it, my computer got a lot better. RIP, old pump. With that said, that's gonna have to do it for today. I am so excited. I've had so much fun designing my redstone thing today, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this, and also if you enjoyed the whole creative process in a creative test world. Because I haven't done that in a while, and I really enjoyed doing that and coming up with it together in a video. But anyway, as I said, that's gonna do it for today. Let me know down below in the comments, and if you did like the video, please hit the like button down below. If you're brand new, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next episode.